How's it going, everyone? My name is Derek Stein, and I'm currently the Director of Football Performance here at Eastern Illinois University. I'm originally from Lorton, Virginia, which is a suburb of the DC metropolitan area. So I'm a little bit away from home, but I'm really excited to be back here in my second stint at EIU. I'm here today to talk a little bit about my training philosophy, my coaching philosophy, and where this program is going. So, from a training philosophy standpoint, that's really broken up into two different categories. And the first category is injury prevention. So that's going to include things like mobility, stability, and any other things I can do to provide these guys with injury prevention standards. So for me, I'm going to assess guys' movement patterns, um, what they lack strength in, where they lack mobility, and how can I individualize their program to help them improve in those areas and keep them healthy through a season. The other aspect of that is going to be training for performance. At the end of the day, these guys are football players, and it's my job to prepare them to play football. So there's going to be different ways that exercises and splits are changed based on position and based on sport. So things change all the time through the season, and it's my job basically to be like a chef, right? There's going to be aspects of mobility, strength, power, speed, conditioning, stability. All of that are just tools in the toolbox and different parts of the recipe. And it's my job to manipulate the ratios on that and to manipulate the intensities and volumes. So that way we're getting the most out of what we're trying to accomplish in those training periods. Going into my coaching philosophy, my identity is I've got to live the standard in here every single day. We ask these guys a lot, and the acronym that we use for them is PAID, which stands for passion, attitude, investment, and discipline. And if I'm not the example of that, the example of how they should execute that, then I'm not doing my job. So if I'm coming in the weight room or practice or running sessions or conditioning sessions, I'm not passionate and I don't have a purpose that day, and I'm not showing that I think what we're doing today is important, and they're not gonna bring the same passion if I don't exemplify that. With the same standpoint of attitude, do I act like I have to be here, or do I act like I get to be here? We ask them to act like they get to be here every single day, and every opportunity to get better and practice and all of that is it's an opportunity, and you have to treat it that way. Investment is hard work over time. If I'm not here all the time for them to be able to come see me and talk to me, then how are they expected to come in and commit time and time again and build over time if I'm not showing that I'm doing the same thing for them? And lastly, the discipline. Am I doing the things that I'm supposed to do? Am I doing it right all the time? Because if I'm not and I'm making mistakes, they're not going to do things the way it should be done. And then lastly, where this program is going, there's a few things that I'm excited about. We're getting a whole lot of new equipment in the weight room. We're building a new facility in here. We've got about half of that done. We've got brand new racks. The walls are getting painted, brand new dumbbells, logos, and everything. So the facility is going to look great. And if it looks great, these guys are going to buy into everything that we're asking them to do even more. So there's still another half of it to be done. There's still more equipment that we're going to order and come in, and we're working on building a nutrition center in here as well, so we can fuel these guys the right way to perform on the field. And then the other thing that I'm going to be diving into is jump monitoring. It's going to be twofold. One of the advantages of that is I can monitor fatigue on a day-to-day and week-to-week basis. And based off of their jump values on that day, I can adjust what I'm doing with that individual from a programming standpoint. Do I need to maybe back down on the overall load they're doing? Do I need to back down on the overall volume they're doing that day? So I can adjust based on that, so that way they can recover and they're going to be less likely to get injured on the football field. And then the other aspect of that is now I get to track every week through the season, is our power output and speed going up? Because if we're not peaking that and that's not improving throughout the season, we're not fast and explosive at the end of the season, then I didn't do my job. So those are a couple of things I'm diving into, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited in the direction that this program is going. And I think we're going to be able to get out there, win some games, and get after it in the spring and build momentum for the fall.